KULR stock has been all over the place lately, and there's a lot of price action and volatility, but today it finally made a move and it's pushing up 16%. Now, is this the start of a breakout or is it just another push up before it sells off again? Well, we're going to break that down today and go over exactly what's driving KULR stock. I think it could potentially have some more room to run, but let's see what the charts are telling us. First thing here, we saw it break through this previous resistance that we were consolidating around, and now it's making its run up to these resistances at $1.50. Now, we talked about this yesterday in the video that we made, that it could potentially make it up to this $1.60 range. The company has had some new developments in their space battery tech. They have that rideshare mission with SpaceX in 2026, partnerships with NASA, Lockheed Martin, Navy, and even the Army. But when it comes to their growth that we're seeing here in March, it's been kind of stagnant and it's been kind of hard to predict, as it's only spending maybe 1 to 3 swings in each zone or trend that it's developing. So recently it broke above that 200-day moving average though, and with that push up, the EMA, that blue line, is acting as a support. So oftentimes it will in a bullish momentum swing, and that's what we're seeing here. Now, a couple things to note. Since this move today, 16%, the RSI is looking a little overbought, and the MACD is looking overbought as well. So it's looking overextended on the near term. What we could see though is this recovery, because one of the things to note about KULR stock is they just announced yesterday, or was it today, that I think it was yesterday, that they have a new contract. So if we go to investors, we go to this March 13th, so yesterday, they have their NASA certified M35A battery cells selected by a leading private US space company. Now, the only thing that kind of puts you on edge about this announcement is they don't tell you what space company it is. Now, they say, as part of our ongoing partnership with NASA, KULR is actively working to expand America's strategic battery reserve, broadening access to another cell format and technologies. And that initiative is designed to accelerate the availability of the high quality energy solutions for aerospace and defense applications. So essentially what they're saying here is, we are working with NASA and we want to work with more space companies. And this partnership with this private company that will not be mentioned, is it SpaceX? We don't know, is going to be something that's going to make them increase more of their manufacturing of their batteries. Now, we know they work with batteries down to a cellular level. According to their website, they are working on batteries that can be made up of this carbon composite material that can basically withstand extreme temperatures. So that's something that's really helpful for space, probably why they're getting launched into space and why they're getting more partnerships. Now, one thing to note is the chart today is showing signs of a reversal. We've seen it break above this 200-day moving average and then sell back down. So it's possible that we do see it sell back down. And I would imagine that KULR stock is most likely going to sell down to here. The reason why is because it hasn't had enough catalysts or momentum to really drive its price up. Now, I don't know what Bitcoin's at today. It's at plus 2.65%. It's up $2,000 today to 84,000. But one factor with KULR stock is that they've purchased a large amount of Bitcoin, as they put 90% of their cash into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has since gone down from 97,000 down to 84,000. So they've lost a couple $1,000,000, not realized, but they are down on that position as a result of investing in Bitcoin. I think KULR stock's tech is excellent, and that move is good long term, but has been shaking their stock up recently, not in a good way. Now, here's what they have going for them. This level right here, it would make a lot of sense that it could get rejected. But again, if we see them push up above this $1.50 range, then that would be kind of similar to what we saw with the quantum market today. It would be a breakout and most likely be using this previous resistance as a support, and we could see it continue its upward direction. The overall direction is looking good on KULR. From here, as we started covering it back in November, it's up quite a bit, but we've seen some seriously volatile swings. And a lot of people are looking at this and saying, hey, could we see this recovery? Could we see it get to previous highs? Hey, who knows? I think that there's a lot of potential for that to happen, but it's going to have to clear through some of these levels here as well. The things that you're looking at with KULR stock, if you're an investor, is you're looking at the financials. And with such a small market cap of $300 million, it's a little concerning to see the revenue only at $2 million or $3 million a quarter. I like their tech. It's good. Their net income is down and it looks green, like improving year over year. But if you compare them to another stock like CTM, which today went down but has been notoriously starting to gain some momentum, that stock is reporting $11 million a quarter in revenue and negative about $1 million. And they're up to about $80 million in market cap. So they seem more undervalued. KULR stock, on the other hand, they're basically netting negative $2 million, but they're still at a $350 million market cap. So they're up there, $350 million on only, what is that, $3 million in revenue in a quarter? Doesn't put them in a position to say, wow, this valuation makes a whole lot of sense. No, it seems a little bit overvalued. But if they execute on some of their partnerships, land that private space deal that we see they just announced yesterday, and it turns out to be with a notoriously rich type of, I don't want to say rich, deep-pocketed space company like, let's say, SpaceX or Rocket Lab, then that partnership could pay them very well, and we could see their revenue increase very quickly as a result. So I could see that happen for KULR, but I would like to know what company they partnered with before we make a decision on this trade. The other thing is we'll be watching it here. One thing that it's done in the past is when we traded it last time in StockMate, we go live each day at Market Open. It's the second link in the description if you want to watch me trade live. We were trading this level last time, and we used this previous resistance as indication of a breakout. So when it broke out, I remember this very clearly. It was right at Market Open. It broke out of this previous resistance at $1.50, and then it ran to $3.50. So it absolutely exploded. I remember that day, you could see it went up a bounce like 50% and continued to rally all the way up to that $5.60 range. And we didn't see it touch that level again. Now, same thing's happening right now. I can, stretch this level all the way through to this key level, and you can see it's at that $1.48 range again. So if we see it break above this $1.50 range, it's not guaranteed, but it's something that we've seen KULR stock do in the past, and we used it as indication to make a trade last time it broke above. The opportunity is there. We just have to see if it can present itself, and we'll be watching it closely. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Again, if you want to watch me trade live on Monday at Market Open, it's the second link down below. Do consider subscribing. Comment your thoughts on KULR stock. If you have any about the stock and its recent moves, I want to hear them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.